Hello, everybody. Got a fun one for you here. This one is a really fun knife to own. Even the name of it is fun. It is obviously a Spyderco, although it's not your typical Spyderco shape. Obviously, there's a couple knives like this. One would be the Yojimbo, which is the smaller version. But this one has a 4-inch blade. So this one, of course, lives up to its name, which is the Yojimbo. Michael Janich design. It's got the standard G10, super grippy G10. Feels good, very flat, but rounded edges. It doesn't really necessarily fill the hand like in this kind of direction, but it's tall here. So it feels good in the hand. It doesn't like disappear in your closed fist. So you got a really good grip. It's got these kind of contours to it, the kind of finger grooves. And I was noticing today, because I was carrying it today, that when I grab this thing and hold on to it, my middle finger kind of hits on that corner. And I've heard a lot of people complain about that, saying, man, my fingers don't fit on here right. But the funny thing about it is I've never even really noticed that. I never really stopped and say, hey, that feels funny in my hand. It feels good in my hand. So it's not sharp here. And I definitely feel like I'm locked in on that grip. So yeah, I mean, I just thought that was odd that a lot of people just are very unhappy about that. The last two fingers fit right in here. This one's kind of riding up on that kind of tip there, and the other one tucks in behind this area that acts as almost like a guard. You don't have that normal thumb ramp you do with Spydercos on this one. Definitely has this spot here, so if you want to do some pinch grippy type cuts, works really well for that. Hollow grind for the not so tall grind on this knife, but it gets really super thin because of that. So you are able to do some serious cutting. Let's see what we got here. And it's like cannibalism, right? Cannibalism. Spyderco cutting. I haven't sharpened this one up for a while, so I was kind of wondering. Yeah, it's kind of tearing on here. It really is. I think I need to strop it. Certainly that tip will go through. I will need to strop this one, definitely. But it definitely can still cut, and it's got good cutting geometry. It's just, yeah, it's been around for a while. I do need to give it some tender loving care. So, anyway, it is the Yojimbo from Spyderco. Get your typical Spyderco clip. I suppose you can get, and it's reversible, and it's also, you can go with the tip up carry if you want, which is pretty typical with Spyderco. This one is a USA made Spyderco from Golden, Colorado, Earth. And it's got the compression lock. And the compression lock on here has a nub. What I mean by the nub, if you're not familiar, see how it sticks up right there? That's actually part of the blade. So when you pull the blade out, it disappears. And that is this part of the knife. And now some people I've heard of doing like a nub removal, where they'll grind that down. They have to take it apart and grind that off. But what I've done, because if you close it like this and you have your finger fully over the compression thing, it'll hit here and it'll stop. It won't close. So you have to get your finger out of the way to close it. What I've done is I've gotten used to the knife. So you can see what I'm doing is I'm gripping it like this. I turn it sideways and I just get the tip of my finger on the compression lock to close it, and then it could close all the way and I'm still able to hold that compression lock. So I've kind of gotten used to the knife, and there's a lot of knives like that where you kind of have to get used to how it works, like especially for middle finger flicking on things. Obviously with the hole on Spyderco, it works really well. Thumb wise, still works. It will swing freely with the compression on there. I could always get a CME from OCD for EDC, but I haven't done that yet. I've only done that on my smock, and I'm not sure if I want to do it on this one. We'll see what happens next time I place an order for some of their lube, which is, I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head. You know the one I'm talking about, though. Anyhow, so Spyderco Yojimbo, sorry. Spyderco Yojimbo, designed as a fighting knife. I saw a video with Michael Janish at one point where he was discussing how he designed this knife. He was using some meat wrapped in some cellophane and cutting through it and seeing how it worked. And he discovered that this Wharncliffe edge was the best edge for that cutting. So if, you can puncture with it as well. But if you're slicing in a self-defense or, just regular cutting a box open, this Wharncliffe shape is very good for that. So anyway, I like this knife. It's different, it's, for a Spyderco. But you can still tell it is a Spyderco. It's got the Michael Janish little signature on there. He's a big part of their company and their designs. There's also a Ronin design, which I think it's all fixed blades, but it's that same kind of blade shape. So there's like a little family. I can't remember how long the Yojimbo is. Probably 3 to 3.5. But this one's 4-inch. It's just a beast. It's a beast. And the Ronin, I think, is also somewhere in that size range. So anyway, guys, that's it for today. Just want to show off this knife that I love so much, and hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you on the next one.